So, this is for our sisters, because I'm a lady. Let me give it as it is. If a brother is coming to you, and God is not a wicked God, He will give you signs. Please look out for those signs. Open your eyes. Love is blind, but marriage will open your eyes. Please, open your eyes. And I really like what you said, that we should get someone that will not complain, and it's just basically getting someone that has like maybe the same dream as you, so it will run smoothly. So I want to ask, do you let your family understand and accept your work stress and the help to manage it? Like, you don't have to take time, instead of doing some other things, you don't have to take time and start explaining yourself to your husband, I need to go somewhere, and you have to argue about it for like a week. How do you approach him to tell him, I'm going to be away for a week, or I have this job, you won't see me, you have to be with the children, and all of that? Have you ever encountered, has there ever been an occasion where you have to struggle to pass your message across to him?
Yeah, I like the questions because they are real questions. Yeah, and like I said, it's a tough one, especially for women. I think for the men it's a lot easier. I think I'll start this way. Even before marriage, like in the industry where I am currently, it's a male-dominated industry. You have few women. Even from the university, you have few women studying courses like that and all. And then in the marketplace, you have more of men. And then for you to thrive, for you to be recognized as a woman, you have to work twice as hard before you are even recognized, not talk of being promoted and all of that. Now, even as a single lady, like I said, we are making it real. Okay, before I got married, I was working. Normally in a month, like say 30 days, I know I have 5 to 10 days that I will be inactive. From PMS, we get to the ovulation story. So it means I have to plan my life in such a way that those days, whatever I need to get done, it's done somehow. Now, getting married, the responsibilities, increases. Getting married, stakes are not too high. Guy, please, I have this, no problem. But when the kids start coming in, there are what I think we call negotiations. You have to keep on negotiating. You have to keep on, openness is key. Selflessness is key. Common sense is also key. Now, like I said, I mentioned before, balancing. It's a continuous thing. Sometimes you've gotten to a space. I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still trying to get there, and we'll have to keep on balancing it. Now, something give a practical example. I think on Friday, I had a meeting for 5-ish, and the meeting didn't start until like 5:30. And then discussions kept on, and an hour into the meeting, my principal just said, Bridget, I'm sorry, I forgot, we have to travel tomorrow. And I just remember that you are the most important person that is supposed to go on this journey. I just forgot. I am so sorry. I had to, this was like past 6, like 6:30 to 7. My husband knew I was in that meeting because the meeting was supposed to have held like a week before. So he knew I was there. So I started thinking, while he was still talking, I was, okay, so I will just go now and tell my husband that I want to travel. So I now told my boss, I said, sir, it's too sudden. He said, I'm sorry, but you know what happened the last time? I made a mistake. I don't want to make the same mistake. Now, that was very legitimate. That should have, that sounded very cool. And I said, yeah, but I have children. I have a family. He said, talk to Nicholas now. Just talk to Nicholas. I didn't tell my husband this part I'm saying now. He said, talk to Nicholas. Okay, all of you should just come. In fact, your children, let's book, let's maybe ask them to book tickets for us, for my children. I'm like, okay, if I'm the meeting, who takes care of my children? He said, okay, let's also book for your nanny. So right now, you see that wasn't working. Me saying my children, that wasn't working. So I now said, sir, what exactly do we want to achieve in this meeting? I said, I have a meeting for Sunday. He said, okay, Bridget, you can make you come back on Saturday evening. It has failed again. And I said, okay, so what are we going to achieve? What exactly is the problem? We now, okay, this. And I said, okay, you know what? Can we just have this remotely? Let me connect virtually. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be a crucial meeting. Those things were not supposed to be allowed. So now I said, okay, fine. These are the main issues that I think may come up. However, if anything outside this comes up, just get someone to get across to me. I'm going to be available. You know I'm always available. And I said, yes, Bria, you're always available. Yes, that's true. You're available. And I'm very, very, you know what time you can, I'm very reachable. Say, yes, okay, so just let me know. Once there's anything, wherever I am, I'm going to attend to that situation and give you what I think, let you know. And that was how that thing just, he smiled. Okay, Bridget. Okay, fine. Please be on standby. I said, no problem. Now, I was going through that war. My husband was waiting for me at home to come back. Now, I now came back home and told him, my boss wanted me to travel. I was not telling him, as in, okay, wanted me to travel, and that was how it ended. I'm sure now that he's hearing that, he's like, oh, so now, at the end of the day, I didn't want to, I knew the right thing to do. That wasn't right for me to just wake up, you know. But I also felt it was not that important. It's not a life or death situation. That if I'm not there, somebody will die. Nothing, it's not that serious. I don't know if you understand. But there are times that, you know, some things are so critical and you have to, you know, you have to move mountains and all of that. And even my husband will even know. Because when I'm facing difficulty at work, he's the first person that knows. So you cannot just be working and wake up one morning and say you want to travel. How did the travel come about? So that's where the balance comes in. Like my work, there's nothing I do that my husband is not a part of. Like, he knows how I'm progressing, when I'm having issues. When I'm having issues, I need to cover ground. He knows. I need to cover ground here, and he gives me his support. That's one. Secondly, don't be scared to ask for help when you need help. I'm not an advocate of doing everything by yourself. If you're working, also try to empower others. Get people to get some things done for you. You don't have to wash all the plates in the kitchen. You don't have to sweep every dirt in your house. You don't have to wash all the clothes in your house. So you need to get people to get this done. That is why you're being paid. You need to live well. You know, at least for your mental health. So we need to get to that point, you know. So that is what is very key. Who we marry. Some men, you say they have to be eating fresh food. That is fine. If it has to be fresh, then we can make it fresh. You know, you don't have to be the one to make the dishes. Like, we've married like almost 10 years now. My cooking skills, my husband knows I can cook. You know, because I was cooking when we got married and all that. But it got to a point, I knew that carrying everything was going to be too much for me. So you have to start picking what to drop and what is most important for you to do yourself. And another thing is yourself. Most of us don't take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. Go to the hospital. When you're sick, don't just sit down at home and take Panadol. Sometimes go, let them check what is wrong with you. Because when you that is carrying everyone, you're not okay. You can't carry the family. You can't carry anybody. You can't even be your best at work. You know, you can't even be the best of wife to your husband. Neither can you be the best of mother to your children. So you are your greatest asset. So you need to keep that, you need to keep that asset well at all times and as much as you can. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yes, one more, I think I have maybe one more point
Okay,
and
more.
all. Yes,
Okay.
learn to say no.
Wow, yeah.
Learn to say no. I'm sorry, but I don't pretend about this. If you ask me to come and I'm sorry I cannot come. I'm not angry with you. You're getting married. I can give you something for the wedding. Just say, please, I'm sure you appreciate it even better than, you don't need my face to get joined together or something. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say you should not attend people's celebrations. I'm just saying you don't have to attend every one of them because you're going to tire out. You can't do everything. So putting all these things in perspective, there's no how you will not have that harmony. And most importantly, you have to be competent. And I'm sure this is an area where a lot of people get it wrong. You have to be competent at what you do. If you are competent as an employee, I'm sure the day you want to say that you need to take 2 days or 3 days off, Your principal will be like, wow, this must be important. Then yes, please even take 1 week off because I know that you are giving your best. But when you're not competent, I remember when I was to get there was a job, my principal was like, Bridget, I've seen everything, you're qualified and all that, but I'm just scared because you're a woman. It was like, women, they give too many excuses and all. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. So I understood where it was coming from, and I just smiled and we talked and okay, fine and everything. And I started working. So women, we need to, that competence needs to be, that we need to hammer on it.
Top notch.
It's very important that we are competent at what we do. And when you need to, probably gain more ground, you ask for help and gain more grounds in whatever area you need to be grounded on, so you can be as competent can be. Lastly, give yourself grace.
Grace?
Yes,
okay.
Give yourself grace. In all of this, it's easier to talk. It's easier to tell people what to do. So when you find out that you're not meeting up, you're not doing this, don't kill yourself. When somebody comes to tell me, your husband comes to tell you that, come, Bridget, you're not doing well here. I'm sorry. Begin to make amends. And sometimes do a self-evaluation. Okay, what am I doing? How am I doing this? Am I prioritizing properly? Do that, and then don't kill yourself. Pick up from where you are and run again. Praise the Lord.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That was really deep. That was deep. Now, she said something, learn to say no. And the other part of it is learn to also accept no. Don't be angry because someone has said no to you, okay? Yeah. Let's move over to mental health. You talked about it, but someone is asking here, Mrs. Peace, as young people, right, we are entangled with so many activities around, both in career, social life, education, religion, politics. And so the question here is, how do we really access our mental wellness? Okay, do we wait till we are completely broken down? Do we wait till there are 1 or 2 signs that is gonna hit us heavy? How do we access our, mental wellness?
Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So I think you already answered the question. Do we wait till the end, or do we, access it periodically? So for me, I believe that mental health, let me start like this. Mental health was instituted by God, right? In the sense that when God created you, He created you as a man, body, soul, and spirit. Your soul has to do with your, and mental health also has to do with the wellness of your mind. And the truth is that even your spirit cannot thrive if your soul is weak. Your body cannot thrive if your soul is weak. So I feel like out of the 3, it is like, when you say God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, your soul, your body, and your spirit, they thrive on a thread that hangs on the mind. So yes, your mental health, the wellness of your mind has to be every day. I was going to say something which the last speaker already hinged on. Mental health is a concept that, although yes, we are taught we should love people, we should care for people, but it's actually a very selfish terminology that has to do with caring for yourself first. You can't give what you don't have. You can't impact what you have not been impacted with, right? So when you take care of yourself, you easily can take care of someone else. You easily can care for other people. So taking care of your mental health, ensuring that your mind is fine, in fact, I don't want to say every day, I want to say every second. Even at work, check yourself. Am I okay? Am I do that task? In the house, before you take a decision, am I sound enough to do that thing? And it's a process. Mental health is not a terminology that you arrive at in one day. It's a process. It's a lifetime process. As long as you're breathing, you have to take care of your mental health. And I would love to say that when it comes to taking care of your mental health, it's priority. It takes priority over every other thing. And there's sometimes for me as a person, if I don't feel up to something, as she said, I ask to be let out of that period. Yes, I'm a mental health counselor. I do that passionately. But there are times I take time off because I know even in my mind, I'm not settled. And what I will be giving out will be rubbish. So I have to be sane. I speak with my husband. I say I have to be sane to talk to other people to get them to that point. So concerning your mental health process, yes, life is already, there's so much. There's so much. The last speaker talked about, in fact, I was learning from her because I'm someone who recently got married. So I'm like, okay, so all the things I'm facing, children are still going to cause some bombs, But I believe God, yes. But at the same time, I'm learning to always be very conscious of it. And I would like to say that certain people have experienced certain things in our past that we have just been running. We have just been running. The major issues that have affected the mental health of individuals have come from families, dysfunctional families. And you see that because of this was how we used to do it, you are now at the point where every other thing that comes, you are not able to align properly, but because that's how we have been doing it. Some people have experienced hurt from their past. Sometimes it's relationships, or most of the time, the biggest hurt that we experience is from our parents, from our siblings, when we were even know that those things have left marks that are now denting us as individuals. So yes, mental health has to be taken care of, but sometimes for certain people who came from dysfunctional families, you might also like to track back. Go back to where it all started from. See what has been wrong. Forgive those you need to forgive. Let go of what you need to let go of. Heal from what you need to heal. And healing is a process. It's not a one-off thing. You keep on healing. And when you have dealt with the past, then we can look at now. When we can look at now, then we can look at the future. But yes, it's a very daily process.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, for someone who is not mentally aware or not conscious of his mental health, now, what are the tools, what are the things the person sees about himself, about his relationship with people that he will begin to say, okay, something is going on somewhere, something is going on with me? What are there things that we can look out for?
As I said, your physical health and your spiritual health hangs on the thread of your mental health. And so once, first of all, anything is wrong with your physical health, the first thing to check is your mental health. Was there an imbalance? Is there something, like for instance, a lot of us, we experience stress. In Nigeria, we experience stress a lot. And stress is not anything just only from the physical work. Sometimes, yes, but most of the time you find out that your mind has been boggled, even from the work. And now it's hard to put everything together. So also, when it comes to, financial, your social health, relationship with people, when you have issues with that, it also affects your mental. But yeah, there are some signs that you can definitely see. First of all, when you feel disinterested. For me, that is how it starts. Let me be practical. When I feel disinterested and I've checked, as she said, as women, it's not my PMS, it's not my ovulation. There's no hormonal, there's nothing based on my hormones that is affecting me. Has happened recently that might affect me. So once you're already having the disarray of thought, for a productive